Am I the asshole for knowing that my son isn't mine and choosing to raise him anyways? 42M was with my ex for 4 years from the ages of 27-31. In the second year of our relationship she got pregnant, and I was so happy to be a dad. So excited to give my child everything I didn't have. Later on in the year, we welcomed a beautiful healthy baby boy. I should preface this a bit more by saying that myself and my ex are both pale Korean. So when my son was born of darker skin, I had some doubts but told myself that he would gain features that resembled his mom, and I the more time went on, I was wrong. Within the first year of his life I knew that my son wasn't mine. Along with his darker skin, he has hair that defies gravity while mine and his mom's is as straight as needles. He has different facial features than the both of us. Despite knowing most of these within the first year of his life, I decided to stick around and raise him as my own because I already grew an attachment to him and vice versa. I of course didn't mention that I knew to my ex, and whenever my family would question me about it, I'd just say he's my boy. Of course the relationship with his mom and I ended, but for other reasons. Despite that I've still stuck around to raise my son. He's 15 now and lives with me 75 of the time and with his mom the other 25. It's just what works for us. Last week I took my son to get his haircut as he didn't want to grow out his afro anymore. He went back with his mom shortly afterwards, and the day after I got a call from my ex telling me she needed to speak with me and that it was serious. We met up, and she sits me down very dramatically and proceeds to tell me that my son isn't my son and that he's her old co-worker's son, and that he's in a very vital stage where he needs to learn about him and his biological dad's culture and whatnot. I told her that I knew. She looked shocked and confused. I told her that I wasn't stupid, that I knew since the moment that he was born, and that I loved him, and if he chooses to meet his bio dad then I fully support him. She ended up getting mad at me, saying that if you knew you should have said something and we could have prevented depriving him of his other culture long ago. When I brought up that she should have told me, she just said I didn't want to hurt you. That conversation ended and she went on to tell my son everything. He was rightfully upset and called me afterwards to pick him up. I told him that I had knew and just loved him from the beginning. He was upset with me for about a day. Then he came to me and said he wanted to meet his bio dad. I said okay and called his mom. Long story short, bio dad doesn't want to be involved despite knowing about my son since he's been born. My son is still rightfully sore about the situation, and my ex is saying it's just as much as my fault for not saying anything. Maybe if I did say something that he could have grown up with his real dad and didn't have to go through this or any of the other things he's experienced. Am I the asshole? Not the asshole. Okay, so your ex cheated on you. Knew that she got pregnant with the guy she cheated on you with. Lied to you and your son this whole time. And this is your fault. You seem to be a really loving person, and your ex is most likely taking advantage of your loving nature by placing her grief on you. I'm so sorry you're going through this. Not the asshole. You literally said that bio dad knew about your son since day one and wanted nothing to do with him. So your ex getting mad about depriving your son of his culture and bio dad is crap. He didn't want to be involved at the beginning. So it wouldn't have mattered if you called her out on her cheating or not. She just wants to spread out the anger she's getting from your son because of what she did. She's trying to make you accept some of the blame when, in reality, she's reaping what she sowed. You're awesome for being a dad in this situation. A lot of men would have dipped. not the asshole. And you are his real dad. Being a parent isn't about biology. It's about commitment and love and sacrifice. It's possible bio dad could come around to a meeting. But it sounds like he knew he had a bio child and rejected being a parent. You've done the right thing. Good luck to you, and I hope you and your son navigate yourselves through this. So not the asshole. You stepped up and loved your son. You've supported him in so many ways and sounds like you've raised a good human. Even supporting him to meet his bio dad. You've got not a thing to feel ashamed by. Not the asshole here, man. You did the right thing. Regardless of how she treated you. She has issues. Keep doing what you're doing. And be honest with your son. He will remember that more than anything. Wow. Found another lovely human on here. You did the right thing for the right reason and stuck around. When you really didn't have to. Not the asshole at all. Kudos to you. I'm sorry you're going through this. Not the asshole. She is an though. Don't let her put the blame on you. It's totally her fault. She is the one who cheated on you. When I brought up that she should have told me, she just said I didn't want to hurt you. The good oldie liar's defense play, attempting to obfuscate and excuse their blatant lies by way of dressing them up in a cloak of altruistic intention. Classic. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. You acted like what you are, a loving father who wants what is best for his son. She is an asshole for being too cowardly to say anything to either of you for years and then trying to put the blame on you. Not the asshole. You are a true dad. Your ex is garbage. I'm sorry to say. It is 100% her fault for putting both you and your son through this. You have done nothing but step up and be a real dad in all the ways that matter. Not the asshole. You can learn about his culture together. This may be the biggest not the asshole that has ever been posted. I hope the boy comes to appreciate all you have done in time. Bless you and him. Not the asshole. You said the bio dad has known all along but doesn't want to be involved. How would have telling your son about this change that bio dad doesn't want to be involved? It's not like he wasn't told until you acknowledged it. So many people wouldn't have done what you did. I understand your son being upset about being lied to. But it sounds like you do too. Not the asshole. Good on you for loving your son regardless of who fathered him. You're his dad and always will be. Do not let your ex blame you. She's the one who cheated on you. Had a baby and continued to lie whilst he was growing up. Totally not your fault. If you noticed the differences, then she most certainly did too. That'd be the cue for her to come clean, but she didn't. You didn't cheat. You didn't lie. You raised a child that you strongly suspected wasn't yours. Sounds like you didn't do a DNA test. You are absolutely not in the wrong here. If anything, your sense of morality and responsibility puts most other dads to shame. Not the asshole. Your son is lucky to have you. Intar, you're a better man than I am. Gunga Din. That lad is lucky to have you as a dad. If she had any class, your ex would be thanking her lucky stars too. Not the asshole. You are obviously a beautiful human being and love your son deeply. His mother, on the hand, sounds manipulative. You are not at fault in any way here. Maybe you should take him out and have a long chat and reassure him that you love him and he is your son no matter what.